Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an angel therapy practitioner, intuitive astrologer, Reiki master, and empowerment coach. And I'm here today with the Leo August 2021 astrology forecast. This is based on Western whole sign astrology, and I am starting with the rising sign. And then if I were you, I would check my moon second and then my sun. So this is for Leo rising. And what we're going to do is talk about, first of all, about Jupiter going into Aquarius, which is your seventh house of partnerships. This is really going to be very indicative of your belief system and what you believe about partnerships. Jupiter will be retrograde in your seventh house until October this year. And Saturn is in your seventh house right now. It's going forward in Aquarius. Now it's going retrograde. And then in October, it will go forward again. This is going to really encourage you to look at your beliefs about partnerships. This can be work partnerships. This could be intimate partnerships. The seventh house is traditionally known as the house of marriage. It's where we are in an actual contracted partnership where there are expectations and commingling of assets in some ways. So the month starts off with Jupiter going into Aquarius, and we also have the Sun and Mercury in an opposition to Saturn in Aquarius. The Sun and Mercury are in Leo. This is going to be, the sun is how you project yourself out into the world. It's what we call your ego identity out in the world. And Mercury is going to represent your everyday activities, how you think, what you speak about, what you read about, what you teach. And these are going to be in opposition to Saturn, which is about rules and limitations and authority and repression in some ways. But Saturn also represents the father. And while Saturn can be considered a malefic planet, a challenging planet, a planet that brings difficulties, I think it's perceived that way because Saturn will hold us back from things that we want. And I think what Saturn is asking us to do is being enduring, into really looking at the long-term picture of this, what will make us happy. So in your house of partnerships, and this can be business partnerships as well as intimate partnerships, Saturn is asking you to really look at, are the structures in your life serving your new belief system and what you want to experience in the way of partnership. We also have on August 1st, Mars moving into Virgo. Virgo is a sign of work. It's a sign of health. It's a sign of our service. It is going to be in opposition to Jupiter at 29 degrees Aquarius. So this is really going to affect Leo in the way that I think is going to make you revisit your partnerships. And it could be very well involving your work situation and or your health or your partner's health. So when you revisit these dynamics, I think you're going to be looking at, what do I believe? And it may take you into foreign areas what you've never experienced before. Meaning you may suddenly start thinking about your partnership from a more spiritual place. Jupiter rules religion, it rules spirituality, it rules foreign ideas, it rules foreign travel. You and your partner could potentially travel or plan travel. There's a potential of revisiting an idea with your partner this month as well. On the 8th, we have a new moon in your sign, Leo. So this is where the moon is at its darkest point. It is when we conceive things, when the moon and the sun come together. So this is a wonderful opportunity for Leo to look at their belief system, look at where they have been holding themselves back in relationships, and then rewriting that and planting the seeds for that, so that when we reach the full moon, there's a full illumination of which direction to go. On the 9th, we have Venus, which rules Libra, the natural house of partnership, moving into the sixth house of Virgo in opposition to Neptune in Pisces. This could illuminate or bring about some sort of murky waters when it comes to love. It could bring confusion. It could bring lies of omission, or a little bit of, it feels a little murky when it comes to the truth, when it comes to the truth of how I feel about myself in my relationship, or how I feel about my partner's receptivity to me. Because I think all of this is coming around in partnerships for you, in the way that you're feeling valued and feeling seen and feeling your leadership skills are being supported and nurtured. We have on the week of the 16th, we have Mercury and Mars coming together in a conjunction that'll happen on the 18th. It means they'll be sitting together and they'll be dancing together throughout the month in the house of work, service, and health. That's Virgo. There could be unexpected arguments at work. There could be irritations. People could be blunt. They could be rather dismissive in the way that they're speaking because they think they're speaking the truth. This is an opportunity for you as a Leo, rather than just to react, to sit back and really observe the situation. Because I think if you observe it for a minute, you may give it some air for the other party to have a little more consciousness, or maybe you need to give yourself more consciousness in how you're communicating. Mercury rules communications. We have on the 18th, this is a one-day influence. I really haven't talked about it for the other signs, but we have the sun at 26 degrees Leo in opposition to Jupiter in Aquarius. I believe that the axes on the wheel are supportive of one another. So this opposition is really asking you, what do you believe about yourself and your personal creativity? And how can you take that and bring it back into the collective in a constructive way? Again, this is just a one-day influence, but it's something that I think is pretty powerful in its way to sit inside of your heart and have you move forward from your heart chakra. Leo rules the heart chakra. We have Venus moving into Libra on the 17th of August, which will bring in some warm, fuzzy energy. Venus rules Libra, and it loves being there, so it feels very harmonious, very cozy there. We have on the 21st, we have Uranus in Taurus making a trine aspect, which is a harmonious aspect to Mars. It is in the 6th house. Mars is in the 6th house. Uranus is in the 2nd house. Both of these signs are earth signs. So there could be a bit of a rumble on, a little earthquake in your life. And it could have something to do with how you're asserting yourself, how you are speaking your truth. And it may actually feel a little disruptive when it starts, because Uranus always feels disruptive. It rules eruptions, like volcanic eruptions. It rules earthquakes and lightning. It rules technology. So sometimes it can be a little bit logical in its expression versus emotional. So this is a couple-day influence. You want to be very mindful of how you are communicating, and so that the communications can serve you versus challenging you. Then we move into Virgo season on the 22nd or 23rd. On the 24th, we have Mercury in Virgo making an opposition again to Neptune. Murky communications, feeling a little bit like, did I miss something? Is there some information that hasn't been disclosed? Highly likely. And then we have Mercury joining Venus in Libra on the 30th, which is going to make conversations much sweeter, much more balanced, much more authentic. So these are things that you might want to think about for Leo, because Leo rules the heart. And when you're a Leo rising, one of the challenges in your life is to speak from your heart, not necessarily your leadership skills. And in an optimum world, it would be combining the two. So now let's see what Spirit has to say for you for this week or for this month. Shaman is the first card. Trust in higher forces. The first thing I see is the owl spreading its wings. This is a heart-shaped owl, and it's willing to speak from its heart. And I want to say it this way, because the speaking from the heart and trusting higher forces is about a pause first. It's about determining what is truly from your heart and what might be walking through a little bit of what I thought my heart wanted, and yet it seems to have shifted. In the foundational position, we have the joy card and we have the Indriel, the light worker. Joy comes from the heart chakra. Trusting in higher forces brings joy about. Allow for the illumination as you enter your birthday month, Leo, to enjoy, to celebrate, and to be aware of inspirations that come directly from your heart chakra, not from your brain. Because in the opportunity or the obstacle is balance being offered as you allow spirit to bring you experiences, people, and dynamics that will prove to you that you are being supported. And in doing so, you will feel a sense of alchemy through all of this sort of interesting I feel like when I think about this month, I feel like I'm swimming through the ocean and there's cold pockets and there's warm pockets of water. So when you're going through a cold pocket, trusting in spirit is going to warm the waters for you. In the angel's advice is Ray and my partnership card, the spider. So now is about connecting with spirit. Again, here's your power center. It's flanked by my heart chakra and my throat chakra and my connection to spirit about what I want to experience within the networks of my life. This is all happening in Aquarius. Aquarius rules networks without a brain. It rules the internet. It rules like YouTube and Twitter, and it rules the collective consciousness. So to me, this is really about what do you want in your partnerships? What do you want from the outside world and your connection to spirit? In the final position, we have Yvonne, the angel, my angel of vulnerability, and the lady of the lake, which is standing within her own. She's standing in her truth. The storm is all around her, but she holds Excalibur with a light hand. She allows the wind to blow her hair, the waters to be tumultuous at her feet, and yet at the same time, she's holding steady for what is authentic to her. Leo is the sign of the leader. The sun rules the whole zodiac, and Leo rules fun, children, pleasure, romance. I think this is a time for Leo to claim all of those things. And as we go into this new moon on the 8th, which is August 8th, 8/8, a number of great prosperity, allowing yourself to go into that space of feeling that prosperity and then inviting in the experience. You will truly stand in leadership for others. So that's it for me for this month, August 2021. If you'd like to book a reading with me, the information is below in the description. I'll be back again next month with your heavenly horoscopes. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and please share these videos. I appreciate your support so very much. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Leo.